Hi everyone, can you hear me? If you can just confirm and start joining the quiz at Slido. Hi everyone, is my voice audible? If you can confirm. Okay, that's awesome. So you guys have the number in front of you. You can start joining the quiz, live quiz. And before joining, please press the like once so that other people can get the notification and they can also join. Please press the like once, guys, so that others can join as well. Thanks, Sumit. Thank you, Jitu Ranjan Das. Thanks everyone for joining. You have number in front of you, so you can start joining the quiz. So just go to Slido, enter this number and you will join it, okay? Hi everyone, thanks for coming up. Thanks for joining. So have you guys started joining? So you have to just go to a website called Slido, okay? So just open a website called Slido. That's an app also. In the Google search Slido and just enter this number. In the first page only, it will ask you to enter a number. Enter this number in that and you will be in the live quiz. Hi Kaushik, hi Aswini, hello Himanshu. Thanks everyone for joining. I'm doing good. How are you guys? Okay, so what I will do is I will start the quiz. On the left hand side, you will anyway see the number. So anyone who comes new can join, okay? And I request you guys, please press the like one so that recommendation goes to other people for joining. That will help others to come online and join and it will be more fun, okay? Please press the like button once. Okay, and so in today's quiz, you will see questions around machine learning, little bit around deep learning, some bit of statistics, some bit of SQL, some bit of cloud computing as well. Okay, and duration of the question to answer will vary from 60 seconds, 80 seconds to 15 seconds, 10 seconds also this time. Okay, based on the complexity of the question. Okay, so I will just go ahead and start this. And now you guys can start joining. When you join, your name will show up here. Okay. So for example, Sagar has joined. Please quickly join guys. More people join. It will be more fun. Okay. Rafi, Kaushi, Shiv Kumar, Pradum, Neha. Thanks everyone for joining. Keep joining. Once we have good number of people, we will start it. Okay. So just you can go to Slido, enter that number 1752696. Okay. So I can see more people joining, which is great. More people we will have more fun. Okay, you can join by entering this number. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the quiz. Some people are writing Q&A. Let me see that once. Hi Sumit, hi Kaushal. Okay, so people are waiting. So let me go ahead and start the quiz. So I think I can start the quiz from here. So here is the first question for today, guys. So please pay attention to the question and answer. "18 people are playing now." I'm sorry, how many people are playing? I need to see here. 14 people are playing now. Okay. So 5 people answered, 7 people answered. Eight people answered out of 14. 9 people answered. Okay. Time over. Let's see what people are saying. Oops, I was not expecting this. See, the question is clearly saying your model is not learning training. Your model is not able to learn on training data. Low accuracy on training data and low accuracy on test data as well, which means your model is not able to learn the pattern, right? Your model is not able to learn anything about the data. If it's not able to learn anything about data, then why do you want to add regularization? See, regularization is what? Regularization is to control overfitting, right? Do you see a symptom of overfitting here? Overfitting is when at least on your training data model is learning well, right? Why do you want to use regularization? And second thing is, I am saying here huge training data, which means add more data is not a, if you read the question carefully, add more data is not the one thing you should have chosen. Okay, so the right answer for this is, if possible, use more features, and if at all you are using regularization, then remove regularization. Okay. So I'm surprised that many people told add regularization, but this is not a overfitting scenario. So why would you want to add regularization when your model is not able to learn the pattern only? Let's go to the next one. Okay, only one person answered. Time is getting over, guys. Answer whatever you think is right. So you have to identify the cyclic pattern. Okay. So every time somebody talks about identifying a cyclical pattern or identifying a cycle in the time series, right? You should always be thinking in terms of how the sine curve and cos curve looks like. Okay. And if you do a sine transformation, cos transformation, then you might be able to see the cyclic pattern. So the hint here is this, using sine and cos transformation. Okay. One hot encoding is not an option that we can use here because we are not encoding a categorical feature. We are trying to use a numerical feature in its by identifying the cyclic patterns, right? So in this case, your correct answer will be by doing anything if you are able to identify your cyclic pattern. So if you plot that on your XY axis using sine and cos transformation, maybe you will be able to find those patterns and then you can use that features. Okay. So drop feature is not at all an option, and none of the above is just a distractor. Only first two, and out of first two, this one is represent features as one hot vector. So why would you want to use one hot vectors in your when I'm clearly saying I want to see a cyclical patterns? One hot vector is nothing but creating more features in your data, so that will not help you much. So that's the reason one is the right answer here. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, this is a simple one, but only 7 people answered. Come on, guys, only 2 seconds. Okay, this one answer is as I expected. Many people are saying categorical encoding, which is right answer, but some people are saying one hot encoding, which is not correct. Interval binning is not for categorical features, so I'm not sure how people are saying interval binning. Okay, this is not at all right. You can confuse between one hot encoding and categorical encoding, but since this is a ordinal data scenario, okay, so XS, SML, XL, right? XS is small, then S, then M, like that. So in this case, it's a ordinal categorical feature that we are dealing with, and one hot encoding is not a right fit for this scenario. So one hot encoding will not be there. Categorical encoding, you have two things. One is nominal, second is ordinal. So no, ordinal will work here, okay? I'm getting comments saying time is too short, but in last session, people told me time is too much, so I reduced the time, okay? I can take this as feedback, okay? So let's move to the next one for now. So as I told you, categorical encoding is correct here. So there are also 10 seconds time questions. I'm afraid you might feel it's low, but I think I felt it justified. That's where I have put it. See, 60 seconds is not less for this one that you are seeing in front of you. Let's see, I can take that as feedback, okay? And please go ahead and press the like in YouTube, guys, so that people can join. Let's go to the next one. 45 seconds. Okay, so first of all, tell me out of L1 and L2, which one do you think is more useful in this case, according to you? A team is working on linear regression model, observes that training error as well as test error are high. So your training error is also high and your test error is also high, meaning model is having bias. Bias means your model is not able to learn the pattern well. Okay. In this type of scenario, your all features are useful, right? So out of L1 and L2, which one you want to keep and which one you don't want to keep? That you have to see first. And people who are selecting bottom two, right? Bottom two is not the right answer, of course. Why? Because I'm clearly saying here, which of these L1 and L2 regularization optimization will help? Okay. I'm saying which of these regularization will help. Apart from this, I'm not saying anything else in the question. So getting more training sample or getting more features, you should not look at these two things. You should only look at first and second. Okay. And every time your model has bias, your model is not able to learn the pattern, then removing the features will help you or not help you. You know the answer now. Okay. So if you see here, option A is right because L1 will drop your features. So you don't want to keep L1. If you keep L1, it will drop your features, which I don't want to do because my model is not able to learn, right? So even if I have to use uh, regularization, I will use L2, I will not use L1. How this is your overfitting problem? This is not overfitting problem, right? Training error as well as test error are high. Training error is high and test error is high. How it is an overfitting problem you are saying? This is not overfitting. This is underfitting problem. Both the errors are high. So model has high bias. This is a high bias scenario. Okay. This is not an overfitting problem. Okay. So if my model is not able to learn and I have to choose between L1 and L2, then I will choose which will be less harmful to me. Okay. So one is the right answer here. So let's move ahead, and then after 5 questions, we will see the leaderboard. Okay, so this question I knew people will confuse on this. Okay, most of you have not given right answer because object detection is not the right answer here. I will tell you what is the difference between object detection, image classification, semantic segmentation, and reinforcement learning. I will tell you in just by taking few seconds of time. Okay, object detection is all about in my image, right? There are many objects. For example, I can have a mobile phone. Okay, I can have a, let's say, glass like this. I can have something else. I can have a pen like this. Okay, so object detection is in that given image, it will say there is a pen, there is a glass, there is a coffee mug, there is a laptop. That is object detection. Okay, image classification is, it will say you whether this image is a cat image, dog image, car image, these kind of things. So understand the difference. There is a very small difference. Okay, object detection, in a given object, all the objects. Image classification, you give one image and it tells you what this image is. If you talk of semantic segmentation, right, it is one more level beyond object detection. Okay, semantic segmentation is pixel level details of what is in that image. Pixel level details means minute level details as well. For example, it is not only about identifying the image edges, right? It's more about going into deep of all the pixel level details of that image. So you can think this of advanced object detection. Okay, and here we are talking about correcting the orientation of product components. So what we need is a advanced object detection, not a normal object detection. Okay, and that is where semantic segmentation is the right answer for this. Reinforcement learning is just a distractor, because reinforcement learning is all about reward mechanism, right? So you do something, you get a reward, and then there is no mention in this question of a system which is self-capable and which is a reward-based system or which is a movement-based system. There is no mention of those things. So this is just a distractor. Okay. So understand the difference between object detection, image classification, and semantic segmentation. And if you understand it carefully, then you will know that in this type of scenario, right, semantic segmentation is what is more useful. Okay, so we have completed 5 questions, guys. So let me go ahead and try to see the leaderboard once. Okay, Rafi is 3 by 5, rest all are 2 by 5 only. So I'm sure there were some confusing questions, but when I move forward, questions will get little easier. Okay, so please, you will have more fun. Okay, so I knowingly put some questions which make you uncomfortable, and I knowingly put some questions where you feel very easy. So let's move ahead with some easy questions now. Okay, so hide leaderboard, and as I told you, the right answer for this is semantic segmentation. Now let's move ahead to the next one, and very less time in these. Okay, 10 seconds only. Mm. How the mean of constant a can be a by 2, I don't know. There is a constant 5. What is the mean of that? How it can be 5 by 2? I don't know. Whoever has said a by 2 in this. So these questions are to if your concept is really strong, then no alternate option can come to your mind. Okay, so you don't need to see options also. That's why these questions are there. So I have strategically put these questions here. Okay. So this is how you should think of this. So I give you a number, let's say 7. What is the mean of 7? 7, right? So there is nothing to think here. Next one, less time again. 3 median minus 3 mean, you guys are saying. No, that's not right. I think you got confused between 3 mean and 2 mean. Okay. So it's 2 mean, not 3 mean. So A is the right answer here. 3 median minus 2 mean. I think some of you would have forgotten because this is more of a study thing. Okay. So 3 median minus 2 mean. So you might be observing that time for these questions are low in 10 seconds, 15 seconds range. Okay, I'll take that as feedback, no problem. So that's fine. So see, questions is also very, it does not need a second reading. For example, this does not need a second reading. Okay, one read only is enough. But anyway, if you're saying I will increase from next time, but in the previous questions, you were having some 45 to 60 seconds. This is what people told me in last quiz, that timing is more. So I reduced the time. Okay. Anyway, we can discuss this after quiz is over. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Oops. No, again, less people are saying right answer. You are little bit, sometimes it happens with me also. I'm confused between left skewed, right skewed, and negatively skewed, positively skewed. But this one is negatively skewed. Okay. This is correct, right? Heat map. All of you are agreeing with this, right? Heat map is the right answer for this. So what I'm thinking is, since many of you are saying time is less, I will go and change the time. Okay. Give me a moment for that. I will stop sharing. Okay. Can I change a running quiz? That also I need to show. Deactivate. Give me a moment. I will change the time of the questions. Okay. We were at question number which? Question number 8. No, question number, let me, okay. I think 60 seconds is good enough time. So let me make everything 60 seconds going forward. Give me a few moments, guys. I will make everything 60 seconds, okay? So up to heat map we did now. But 60 second, more than 60 second, don't complain, okay? 60 second is decent. 60, 60, 60, 60. I've given 80 also sometimes. 60, I will make it 80 again, otherwise you will complain. 80, 60, and 40. This is fine, I think. Now let me start this again. And I can go to the next one. Give me 1 minute. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Where is my Zoom? Okay. So up to here we were. Okay. So now what you can do is you will be able to see 60 seconds in all the questions. Okay. So are you in the quiz? Like, are you in the quiz? Yeah. So people are in the quiz. So many people have answered. 21 people I can see in the quiz. Many people have answered this one rightly only. This is your heat map. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Okay. So people are confused between A and C only, and there is no point of confusion because data lake, I keep always saying data lake is all about one place where you keep dumping your data, but you don't know what to do with the data. Understand the difference between data lake and data warehouse very, very clearly. Okay. So data lake is one place where you put all your data of your organization or department or different organization and different, different departments of your organization. You put all the data in the data lake, but now you don't have visibility of what to do with their data. Okay, so that's your data lake. But data warehouse is basically a structured place where you put data for analysis. Historical data you put in a particular format, particular structure for doing some analysis. So that is your data warehouse. So data lake need not be structured. Data warehouse need to be structured. And what is the use of data lake? So anytime I want to use some data, I will take that data, I will structure it and I will use it. Okay. It is not for some particular purpose built, but data warehouse is built for some particular purpose. So this is about data lake unstructured and data warehouse structured. Let's see this one. Few AWS question knowingly. Okay, so quickly I will tell you what these services do, and right answer for this is option D, that is recognize. Okay, so AWS Deep Lens is basically you can say a security camera provided by AWS, which integrates with other AWS services, and you can make a prediction in real time, or you can kind of set up a security system. So AWS Deep Lens cameras you can set in your house, and you can make a prediction like if some unwanted person is entering your house. Okay, that's AWS Deep Lens. It does not have capability, inbuilt capability of um, recognizing a celebrity. which is what this question is all about. Okay. AWS Edge is it gives you an capability of deploying your machine learning or deep learning model on edge devices. For example, you want to deploy a model on a robotic arm, or you want to deploy a model in your car, or you want to deploy a model on some kind of movable device, right? That's what Edge is. Transcribe is all about understanding. If I'm speaking something, it will take that text and it will understand that, and it will convert that in the analyzable format. That is what transcribe does. AWS recognition gives you an ability to inbuilt ability to identify the celebrities. Okay, so um, that is what the hint is here. Celebrity athletes, right? So every time, if you want to get a feel of AWS recognize, you can go to AWS and easily upload, let's say, a celebrity photo, and you will be able to see that it recognizes. So every time somebody talks about recognizing a celebrity, go for this service. Okay, so this is recognize. Again, 2-3 AWS questions. So see this one. Okay, so people are kind of distributed in this answer. So I will quickly describe you again in one line what is all these services. So AWS Poly is about text to speech. Okay, so suppose I write a text on a document, I want AWS to talk that. So that is Poly. Okay, comprehend is basically sentiment analysis, or understanding your text, what that text is. For example, if there is a document, I want to understand the sentiment, that is what comprehend is. Lex is a chatbot, but this chatbot can also chat through voice. So you can enter a voice command also in Lex, and you can write also. Okay, so first option is a feasible option. Second option is again Poly. Transcribe is about, I told you in the previous question, translate is translating from one language to other language. So in this particular scenario, there is no mention of language translation. So second is not an option. Comprehend is, I told you what that is. Transcribe, I told you. Lambda is event based firing of firing of some event based on something else. Okay, that is what Lambda does. I have created a detailed video on Unfold Data Science. You can watch that. So here we are not doing anything on event based. So Lambda is not an option, and also there is no mention of speaking in option 3. There is no mention of talking in option 3. So option 3 is not right here. Okay, and option 4 is recognition, translate, and Athena. So here also there is no mention of talking. So whenever there is a mention of talking or speech based conversation based system, then Poly will come into picture. So out of A and B, as I told you, A is the right answer because we do not need a translate here. Okay, so A is the right answer. If you have ever used Amazon SageMaker, then you will be able to answer this. Okay. So not sure if people remember this or don't remember this, but every time you want to use an unsupervised algorithm in SageMaker, you have to say that I don't have any label in my data. So in unsupervised algorithm, you don't have labels. So label size will be 0. Okay. And normally you give test CSV as input. So text CSV is the input and label size is 0. So option A is the right answer here. Okay. Let's see the leaderboard once. We have completed only 5 more questions to go. So Pradum is on the top, then Rafi, then Ayush, then Himanshu, and then Sagar. Okay, great going, guys. Let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next one, and now it will be more of a SQL based and some Python based questions. Okay, so let's move to the next one. I think 60 seconds is more for this. But anyway, I was putting 60, so I put everywhere 60. Second is more, I think. But anyway, I think Salman Khan and Bahubali, some people may choose if they are their favorite. Okay, 100% on the right answer. So this is awesome. Okay, so this is a Python question. Oh, format has broken, but you can understand that there is a function. Okay, and all these things are inside the function, whatever I'm highlighting. Then function is being called and count is being printed. Hmm? People are saying 1 and 3. How? I'm not sure how you are saying 1 and 3. See, in this for loop, it will come. It is not using I inside. Okay. So whatever is there in count, it will increase that. So first iteration count is 1. Okay. So it will become 2. Next iteration 2 plus 1 3. Third iteration 3 plus 1 4. And since it is a global variable which is being used here, right? So this is a global variable that is being used inside the function. So finally, when we print, 4 will get printed. There is no point of confusion. Not sure how people are saying 1 and 3. 3 times this loop will run, right? Your count is having value 1 only. First time it will become 2, then 3, then 4, right? I is not being used anywhere inside the loop. So 4 is the right answer. Okay, I did not see that many people said 61% people said 4. Okay, that's great. So that option was hidden for me. No problem. Let's go to the next one. Let's see what people are saying. This is basically a normal loop based question. No, 7 will not get printed. To the people who are saying 7 will not get printed, only up to 6 will get printed. So what will happen here is at 7 it will break and print will not work. Okay, so you can check that by running this code. So simple SQL question. So 80% people are saying integer. I think 20% people did not see this S in the end, which was a distractor. Okay, so integers is nothing. So it is either ID, int or integer. Okay, so this is not a right option and nobody selected option A and option C, which is correct. So I think we will go to the last one for the day today. And last one for the day will be a simple. So first option is HDFS, guys. I wrote HSFD. Just ignore that. Streaming, not streaming. I think I wrote in hurry. Hive is basically not for streaming services. Hive is not for consuming real-time data. Hive is more of, you can say, SQL of Hadoop system. Okay, so Kafka is the right answer here. And we have completed all 18 questions. So let's see the leaderboard. So Rafi is on the top with 12 right answers. Then Himanshu, but in less time. Okay. Then Pradum is also 11, and Ayush and Ankur. So that's great. And as you saw, some of these questions were having less time, and some of these questions were from different areas which might feel uncomfortable with. Okay. So that's intentional actually. That's intentional. And I can take your feedbacks and comments and include that in the next quiz. So please give me feedbacks in the comment section and I will include that in the next quiz. So Ankur is asking how often this quiz happens. So this quiz happens every weekend. So this is the third time we are doing this. First two quizzes you can see in the live section of Unfold Data Science. If you go to live videos, you will see first two quizzes. So first two quizzes we did on Sunday, nearly 3 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. India time. This time we are doing it on Saturday. Okay. Normally I announce that on Unfold Data Science. So if you press a subscribe and bell icon, then you will receive the notification. Also on the Instagram I announce. So both the places I announce. So to answer your question short, to answer your question, in weekend, normally around 3 p.m. kind of time, India time, either Saturday or Sunday, mostly on Sunday. Okay. Congrats, Rafi, you rock. DSMP means what? DSMP is, I think, some course that Rafi has done maybe. Thank you everyone for joining. So I understand time is less. So minimum time I think I should put 30 seconds. What do you say? See, for this kind of question, right? If you take like, so let's see question by question, right? For example, the mean of constant A. I knowingly want people to um, answer this in like 10 seconds. That is the reason I made it 10 seconds. Okay. But what do you think is the minimum question that we should put, or minimum time we should put? 30 seconds. SageMaker question I can explain one more time, but I think I have explained all those three things I put from SageMaker. Okay. I have explained already, but if you want me, I can explain one more time. This is not SageMaker question. This is also not. This is also not. So this is one AWS question that I can explain you one more time. So deep lens is all about AWS provided security camera you can think of. Okay. So there is no mention that deep lens will solve my problem. So if you want to try recognize, you can try in AWS. That's very useful, and you must know the differences between key AWS components. Okay. As I told you, is something where you use to put your model on edge devices. For example, your car or your robotics or some kind of thing. Transcribe is like somebody speaks and that speech is being analyzed. That is transcribe. Okay. Or not analyzed, also converted to text or something you can say. And recognition comes in two forms: recognition audio and recognition image and recognition video. Okay. So recognition has the capability of telling you, okay, this is where there is a celebrity, this is where there is a car, this is where there is a traffic post. That is what recognition does. So recognition is something that little bit concerns me also, because think like that the model is trained on huge database, right? So suppose you Sachin Tendulkar, right? Why you ethically and morally, let's say, why somebody wants to use Sachin Tendulkar's image for training their own machine learning model, right? So that's a debatable topic, right? But still, if you put a Sachin Tendulkar photo in Amazon Recognize, it will tell you that it's Sachin Tendulkar. So they have trained their model like that they can identify the celebrities. So that's where recognition is the right answer for this. Okay. And these tools, I told you already what this does in short. And this is like anytime you train a model in SageMaker, right? You'll have to specify where your data is, what is your in S3 where your data is lying. If it's an unsupervised problem, you will say that my level size is 0. So it's very simple here. Okay. So I try to keep a mix of questions from different areas, as you might be noticing. Okay. So some from SQL, some from Python, some from stat, some from AWS, some from machine learning, deep learning. I will keep this mix and I will take the time factor into consideration going forward. Like I can keep it like based on people are saying reading of the question takes time, right? So that part also I can accommodate in the timing of the question. Okay. So I will see you all next Sunday. Most probably this happens on Sunday. This time only as an exception, it happened on Saturday. So I will see you all next Sunday around 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m. with a new quiz, fresh questions. And till then, keep learning, keep pressing like if you like this video, and please share this quiz with others so that they can join as well. Okay. And please share Unfold Data Science in your data science groups so that people are benefited from the content. So thanks everyone for joining, and I will see you all in the next quiz.